It takes 12 to 15 years to take a drug from bench to bedside, costing around $800 million per new medicine. As we strive to reduce timelines and enter new markets, globalisation of clinical trials is an obvious solution. Today, 30% of all sites conducting industry-sponsored studies are in emerging regions. This raises many logistical, cultural and educational challenges. How are we responding to these challenges? Might our efforts to get drugs to market quicker actually compromise patient safety? 3.5% of newly licensed drugs are withdrawn due to adverse reactions. ADRs are the fourth leading cause of death in the USA and kill 197,000 EU citizens annually. Drug-naive trial participants from emerging markets respond differently to elderly Westerners on multiple medications. So just how applicable is their safety data to the developed world? Might we need clearer guidance on the transferability of foreign data? Might better use of biomarkers help us to target treatments more effectively? Although pharma's societal contribution is undisputed, the story is marred by medicines withdrawn because of safety issues. Along with allegations of exploitative, ruthless and aggressive behaviours, and of profiteering while people die needlessly. These allegations overshadow the billions of dollars pharma donates each year. They ignore that the greatest barriers to charitable donations of medicines are corruption, a lack of infrastructure and medical support, not greed. It's a misconception that global trials are exploitative and unethical. The principles of good clinical practice are applied worldwide. Indeed, our profession is heavily, even overly, regulated. Improving access to medicines will require public-private partnerships that transcend traditional prejudices and organisational boundaries. Open innovation will accelerate the development of new medicines, such as treatments for tropical diseases. Partnerships between governments, industry and generics manufacturers will improve affordability and access to off-patent medicines. Consumers in the remotest parts of the world will gain access to virtual clinical trials and treatments. But just how virtual can we go? Arguably, our existing consent process is no longer fit for purpose. We need patients to feel more confident about trials and the people who run them. A tall order given the emotional involvement people have with medicines and their providers. After all, drugs and devices influence all of our lives, and sometimes our continued survival. Ultimately, while rising to the challenges that lie ahead, we need to emphasize that our industry and our boardrooms are populated by people who genuinely care. People who above all put people and safety before profits.